I have so many seedlings to show you. Lots of updates. Let me grab them. All of the flowers that I have growing here are cool flowers, meaning that they can handle cool temperatures outside. I am not waiting until my last frost day, which is April 25th, the first week in May, really, to plant these outside. There will be huge plants if I start them this early. But these guys are going to go out the first week, maybe even the second week in March here in my central Indiana garden. And I started these guys 2-3 weeks ago. I'm going to show you each of them to show you how they're doing. Germination in some of them are and others I am going to completely redo them. Some of them I already did. So let me just bring you a little bit closer and show you what I have here. So first, let me start with the snapdragons. I started these snapdragons on the 18th of January. So we are looking at about 2 weeks, a little bit over 2 weeks of growth. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different varieties of snapdragons. Some of these are earlier, some of them are a little bit later. Some of these can handle the cold and the warm temperatures. They're all going to be planted outside at the same time. In some of them, as you can see, I have beautiful germination, but in others, like these last two here on the back, it's just a little bit it's just not too great of germination. The two varieties that I am talking about are Cane's Orange, which is one of my favorites here, and Madame Butterfly. And it sucks because I really wanted to have plenty of plants of these two right here, which is fine. I added the ones that I had plenty of seeds. I added 2 or 3 seeds for little soil black, and some of them you can tell they all germinated great. I am going to be dividing this, or I'm going to be moving them up into their next size up, which is going to be like a 72 cell. Nothing too big because I don't really care for having like a huge seedlings. They will be pinch, but they're definitely going to go up a little bit more in size, and you can tell. Look at the roots on those. They definitely need, they will definitely appreciate the bigger room. So I am going to be moving them up, and what I'm thinking is that here in a couple of weeks or so, when these guys are twice the height, what I'm going to do is that I am going to pinch them halfway through the plant, and then I am going to try to propagate or trying to root those pinches that I take. So these are my snapdragons, and I got all of these seeds from Johnny's. And because I was looking at the germination of those two on the 27th, so somewhat recently, I started more snapdragons, and they're barely just coming up. Some of them are barely just coming up. They're so tiny you can't even see it, but just to get some extra plants. These right here are my foxgloves. These two containers are the foxgloves that I started on the 18th as well. And you can tell the germination. The germination is there. I was hoping for some more of this camelot lavender. I only have about, I think I have about 5 plants here. I mean, it's okay, but these guys right here, Dalmatian peach, look at that. And also these guys, I'm going to wait a little bit longer. They're not too tall. I am not worried about the roots quite yet. No roots there. So I'm going to wait maybe at least another week for moving these guys up. And again, they're probably going to be in a 6 cell size, or I don't have that many, so I do not want to grab a whole tray of 72 just to pat these guys up. And right here, oh goodness, this is my bupleurum, and these are the ones that I am going to be redoing here probably today after I'm done with this video. I started these guys on the 22nd of January. The way that I treat these bupleurum seeds is that I I make them just like this with the soil blacks. I get the soil mixture wet. I place my seeds. I cover them as much as I can with vermiculite. And then I put them in a Ziploc bag in the freezer for a whole day. I take them out of the freezer. I keep them inside my home somewhere darkish. I don't worry about cover them completely. I just keep them, I don't know, maybe in a darker corner in my house indoors. And I wait for a few days until I start seeing some germination. I give them a little bit of water if they need it, but normally in the Ziploc bag, they keep really, really moist and nice, and I don't have to worry about them. But this is all I got so far. I will say, if I have to give it a germination, I will have to say they are about maybe 33% germination, which, I mean, it's really pathetic if I'm being honest. So what I'm going to do is that I am going to grab a container like this. I'm going to place the soil. I'm going to just spread the seeds, and then I am going to try this again. I'm going to put them in the freezer, and I'm going to try just to get more plants. I don't believe that I show you when I did this. I got these guys done on the 25th of January. These are all Brussels sprouts. I got some Brussels sprout seeds at my local gardener's seed swap event, and I have plenty of plants here. I definitely do need to move them up. I don't know if you can see, but I have some roots happening there. So I am going to be moving these guys up, maybe in a 2.5-inch container. I am thinking that I might divide them and see if they do okay. But so far I will have 6 plants here. If I thin all of these guys, I will have 6 plants, and I think they may be plenty. I don't know. I might try to get a couple extra ones just in case. But these are my Brussels sprouts. Let's see. And I show you in a video how these strawflowers were planted. These are new seed. These strawflowers were started on the 18th. And look at that. This is a takeout containers. I have holes at the bottom with the lid that came, with the clear lid that came with this takeout container. That's how I pretty much cover these guys. I don't ever have to worry about strawflowers. I don't believe. So these are new seeds, and I mean, these guys are ready to be potted up. They're beautiful. And at the same time that I did those strawflowers, I did these guys. These are strawflowers as well. Started on the same day, on the 18th of January. And these are older seeds, and that's probably why they look so small. First of all, the germination wasn't that great. You can see some spots where I don't have like any seeds that germinated, but I gave them a try, and this is what I got. These plants will be fine. But I mean, look at that. New seeds, nice and fresh seeds. Are older seeds. I can't believe I can't remember if I got these seeds over here from 2020 or 2021, but they're definitely older. And one thing that I noticed is that by using or by reusing these egg cartons, these guys dry up so quickly. I think because of the container takes up, absorbs most of the moisture. I probably have to water these guys twice as much as the ones in the plastic container, which it makes sense. And the last tray, oh, I am so excited about this, you guys. These are my craspedia. Look at that. This craspedia is just so awesome. This is my first year growing craspedia. I started these 2 seeds on the 22nd of January. So they have been here for this long. I don't know if I want to try to grab, but you can see there the root system. Not bad, but I am definitely going to be, maybe here next weekend, I will probably be potting these guys up. Again, I am not going too big. I might try to do a 7. I think I have plenty here to do a 72 tray at least. But that's how these guys are going there. And next, also my first time growing this, is Monarda bee balm. So the germination wasn't as great. I mean, it wasn't 100%, but I will say I have a good 80% germination. But in some blocks, I have like a couple, trying to get as close as possible. I have about a couple of extra seeds in some of the soil blocks. So I know those are fine. I know they're going to be fine. What I'm going to try to do, because I want to have plenty of these guys, is that I might wait a little bit, maybe like another week, and do another succession of these guys. These were started on the 22nd as well at the same time. And this is how they're going. Obviously, the craspedia is going like wild and crazy, and this is how it grows. But as you can tell, like if I just put it at the level of the soil blocks, you can tell that these guys are like almost flat. But I already have like through leaves that are happening, so I'm okay with those. And these I'll probably start moving up next week as well. Look at that, beautiful, beautiful. So right now, this is all I have as far as starting from seed goes. And like I said, I am going to maybe start another round of bupleurum. I'm definitely going to do that today. I am going to be putting up a bunch of things, snapdragons, strawflowers. These guys I can wait a little bit longer, and my foxgloves as well. But that's pretty much what I have going on the next couple of days. I am also going to be starting feverfew. I am going to do at least a good, maybe this many amount of soil blocks, like 60 soil blocks of feverfew. And I am not going to show that in a video. I do have a video talking specifically about growing feverfew from seed to harvest. I am going to link that somewhere so I don't have to repeat myself. And I might just show you how it's going later in future updates. But also, I ordered last fall, I ordered plugs from Farmer Bailey, and the plugs that I ordered this year were again the same type of lisianthus, so I don't have to worry about growing lisianthus here indoors. I ordered rudbeckias, the Sahara variety, and I ordered yarrow. I have like a mix of pastel colors. I don't have to worry about starting those. And one, it saves me space to try other things that I haven't tried before. And it saves me time. But if I was starting those seeds to plant outside in March, right now would be a great time to start those. Yarrow, rudbeckia, and well, lisianthus, you have to start them like in December. Let me show you the dahlia tubers that I am waking up, or that I have been waking up for the last couple of weeks to get cuttings from. These two trays here are full of dahlia tubers that I am starting to wake up for the main purpose of taking cuttings. I am not waking them up ahead of time right now because it will be too early. Normally I wait to do that for dahlia tubers about 4 to 6 weeks before I'm able to plant them outside. So if I was waking these guys up before my time, before I was able to take them outside, it will be about the end of March or the beginning of April, just so that I give them a little bit of a head start and then I get blooms a little bit earlier than normal. I have two trays here. This tray right here, I started it on, or I placed the tubers there on the 19th of January. I did make a video showing you how the tubers that I kept over the winter were doing. I took my inventory of how many tubers I had for each variety, and I decided what tubers I was going to use and how many for taking cuttings for those varieties. And as you can tell, I have 3 varieties here, and they're doing amazing. Some of these tubers are already giving me 2 or 3 sprouts, and they're definitely, right about now, they're definitely ready for me to take the cuttings. And I might actually do a video on that. Let me know if you will wanna watch it. But when it comes to dahlia tubers, when it comes to waking them up early, I cannot say that they'll be ready in 2, 3, 4 weeks, because as you can tell here on this tray, they were placed on the same exact date, same everything, same amount of water, same amount of light. And these guys, this variety right here, is barely waking up. I have some sprouts, but they're so tiny versus the other 2 over here that are like almost ready to be taken. I also started some single tubers in just small 3.5, 3.25 inch containers. and they're also getting there. I recently found a supplier local to me that is about an hour away from me, and she had many great varieties, and she had also great prices. So I'm going to leave the information below for her. I believe that she's also shipping. She's new, so take it easy with her. But I grabbed a bunch of tubers from her from varieties that I don't currently have, and I am multiplying them. I'm waking them up early. I drove to her to get the tubers so that I can wake them up. And I just placed these guys here, I will say about 3 days ago, but these guys are barely there. These guys are going to be giving me something here in about 2 to 3 weeks when I can notice. And again, some of these may be really ahead, some of them may be just slowly going like the others, and that's just how it goes with Thalia tubers in my own experience. Now, if you're wondering, am I watering? Am I using a dome? Am I using light right now? In my short experience, in the few years that I have been trying to do this, I noticed that the tubers that I try to wake up do better when I provide a little bit of moisture. Constant moisture, not that much because I have to worry about the tubers rotting. But when I start the tubers, when I start using my regular potting mix, this is 4B's potting mix, by the way, I have to get that medium wet, not super wet, but just with enough moist. Then after that, I might spray here and there every couple of days. And once in a while, I will come here and I will just get a little bit of water, not too much, on the bottom tray so that the bottom of the soil is somewhat with a little bit of moist. Now, some people do say that as long as you place the tubers in some medium or some soil and you give them a little bit of heat, that's all they require for waking up. Like I said, in my short experience, I did that 1 year where I just didn't provide that much water, and it was a month before I could see something popping up, something green popping up of the tubers. I have been slowly year after year adding the amount of water that I give them. Again, not like a regular seedling. I don't go crazy on adding them with a lot of water, but definitely more than I have done in the past years. And I see great results, as you can see. And that's what I'm doing. These guys are straight under my lights. I know that they don't need light right now because there is nothing green there that will benefit. But I already have my LED lights there. I have other green sprouts that are being there. So I'm just going to do that. I think that the heat that my lights already give, which is not that much anyway, it helps to keep them somewhat warm. And that's pretty much what I'm doing. I am not using any domes because I am afraid that with the tubers not having any roots, the water being there constantly, and having a dome, that they will just maybe rot easier. So I am not providing any domes. I am also not doing anything extra like adding some fertilizer or anything like that. I'm just not doing that. The way that I'm setting up my trays is that I have a bottom tray, and you can see the roots already happening here. I'm going to show you if you can tell. I have the bottom tray and I have a mesh tray where I'm actually keeping these tubers in, and that just works great for me. So I just want to give an update on this because I'm definitely getting ready to the point where those guys are going to be needed to be removed. The cuttings, I need to remove the cuttings. And that's pretty much how things are going with my dahlias. I am going to be making a couple more videos, maybe showing you how to do the cuttings, even though I have done that before. But if you haven't watched those videos from my channel before, maybe it will be something that you want to watch this year. If you enjoyed this video, if you are thinking about maybe starting seeds this year, I did open a seed starting Facebook group for just people that want to start seeds. It doesn't matter if this is your first year doing it. It doesn't matter if you have been doing it for a couple of decades. You are invited. This is your official invitation. I am going to leave the link below. Make sure to answer the questions that are required to enter the group, and hopefully I'll see you there. Thank you for being here, you guys, and I will see you on the next time.